This is Sonic, and you're watching JD Frank 20.
Ah yes, who could ever forget the 1-year anniversary since this epic disaster? Shoutouts to Caramel Smoothie. 1 year ago since the world premiere gameplay of Sonic Frontiers by IGN. Yes, the infamous video. Obviously, this was a year ago where everybody had high expectations for the game, and the first thing I told everybody is going with low expectations, because at the end of the day, look, if Sega was going to at least break your heart and give you a mediocre game, at least it wouldn't hurt that much. And of course, the IGN first video, I get, obviously, it was the early beta test, obviously. The gameplay looked a little bit promising. Now, obviously, the animations and everything were not running smoothly, obviously. There were a couple of quirks here and there. Other than that, the open world area looked pretty solid. The gameplay was pretty okay, but the one thing that people did not enjoy about that, if I can remember, because this was over a year ago, was the pop-in feature. Everybody was bitching and complaining about Sonic Frontiers pop-in feature. Like, seriously, almost every game has that feature. Who gives a damn? Like, seriously, like, out of all the things you're gonna fucking tear down, we're gonna talk about the pop-in. We're not gonna talk about the lack of enemy diversity. We're not gonna talk about the lack of, things to do. Again, you couldn't even show off any of the missions because some of them were already done preemptively. And again, the only thing you can pretty much do is just boost, do some combat on some of the earlier enemies, and that's it. And just get some collectibles, which were the memory tokens, and that's it. That's all pretty much you could showcase. And of course, grinding on rails, boost switching, that's all you could do. I mean, there's not much you could really do with this presentation trailer. Yeah, we got to see the scenery of Kronos Island, which looked beautiful, but at the end of the day, people were asking for a little bit more. But again, it was the first trailer, so again, they didn't want to let too much out of the bag already. They showed off, obviously, the wall climbing mechanic, obviously, when you were climbing that tower, which looked pretty cool. Which looked pretty cool. It controlled pretty fluidly. And I know, and I forgot, the one thing that everybody was complaining about was when you were climbing that rail in that spiral tower, Sonic was actually going up without any momentum. I know that's one thing everybody was complaining about, was when you were in that rail, switching in that rail to that tower, you could actually get up there without any momentum. It's fucking insane, without boosting. That's one of the things everybody was complaining about. You can still do that in the final version of the game. It's fucking amazing. Like, come on, everyone. Stop complaining about the little shit in life. Come on. Yeah, but again, it was an early build, and thankfully everybody wanted this game to be good. Again, there were some people who were already writing off Sonic Frontiers after they saw that first trailer. Again, the first trailer has to leave a big impression. It has to leave an everlasting impression, because everybody was talking about Sonic Frontiers in 2022. Everybody was covering Frontiers from top to bottom. I covered Sonic Frontiers ever since the inception. Sonic Frontiers, I've always got you the scoop. I always got you the news with my opinion. I show no bias, just like everybody else. I give you the fucking rundown. I give you the truth. I'm not like these other fucking parasites who just want to see the game fail and then have their own fucking shitty narrative pass, like fucking Premi the Remy. And I'll make a video about that clown at a later date, because I have a lot to say about him. So Slasher, you're gonna get that video soon enough. I promise you that, my friend. Now, obviously for Sonic Frontiers, the first thing I said was everybody going with low expectations, and I said it's the first trailer, everyone. Relax, just wait. I was actually hoping that Sonic Frontiers would be so bad that they would have to get to a point where they have to fire everybody and get new writers and everything. I did say that because, again, at that time, I was kind of a hateful person, especially we're talking about late 2020, early 2021. We needed a change in the right direction, but things are way better now. And again, I'm optimistic. And again, I have a right to change my opinion on things if things change. And I have, When it came to Roger Craig Smith, I apologized to him, obviously, because he proved me wrong, obviously, with the game dialogue and the script and his performance in Sonic Frontiers. And yet there are other assholes out there that are still criticizing the man for his work in Frontiers. Like, seriously, you can't please these fucking toxic fans. But that'll come at a later date. Sonic Frontiers, the fact that Frontiers did everything correctly, and yet you have people out there that are still hating the game for no reason. Like, what the hell is wrong with people? This game surpassed expectations. What more do you want? Just because it doesn't follow the same story or the same formula as Sonic Adventure, like, a lot of people are still bitching and complaining that they don't like maybe the open zone style open world, open zone, whatever you want to call it. They don't like it. They want to go back to the adventure formula where you had, fun exploration, but at the same time, it was just traditional levels where you could do some fun combat. Not combat, some fun concepts here and there. Just spin dash, and that's it. Many did not like the fact that the boost was brought back, but at the end of the day, many did like the game, but at the end of the day, look, you can't please everybody. The game sold well, and obviously, Sega, if they're really serious about the next mainline game being $70, they better get a bigger budget to work with, and I expect the next game to have higher visuals. Because, look, at the end of the day, Frontiers surpassed expectations. Sega went all in on Sonic Frontiers. They did so much marketing in Japan. They did so much marketing in the Eastern Hemisphere. I am not lying. That's why the West really didn't get much of anything. I mean, we didn't even get a trailer. We didn't even get a demo or nothing. I was very disappointed that we didn't get a demo even during TwitchCon in San Diego. Like, no, Sega was there, but we didn't get Sonic Frontiers at all. It was just nothing more than other intellectual property games, which again, was kind of a letdown, but everyone else got Frontiers because Sonic needed to be advertised heavily in those specific markets that he was struggling, like Australia, like, Japan, obviously. They went all in over there, and the game sold amazingly. In fact, it won 2 awards in Japan. It won the Famitsu Award. It beat God of War Ragnarok. I even made a video about that. Again, Frontiers, again, it's the way to the future, basically, for Sonic the Hedgehog. Now they have a formula they can be proud of. The combat is amazing. All they got to do is, for the next game, build up on the story, or if you want to do a new story, that's understandable, whatever. But the most important thing about Sonic Frontiers is it left the gate open for a possible Sonic Adventure 3. For all I know, Sonic Frontiers could be nothing more than a beta test for Sonic Adventure 3. I mean, look at everything. I mean, we're still getting Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3 DLC to add enhancements to the game. Because again, Sonic Frontiers had so much strict time constraints. Originally, this game was supposed to come out in 2021, but obviously Sega directors were begging Sega, Sonic team developers were begging Sega, please, can we have at least a year of extra developmental time? And Sega did grant them that. They were against it at first, but they decided, you know what, I think it's best if we delay the game. Because, at the end of the day, you gotta get everything right, and I couldn't be any prouder for the team. Let me know what y'all think about Sonic Frontiers. What were your thoughts back then? Because remember, this was almost a year ago. I know that a lot of the new subscribers that follow me weren't around during that time, so let me know what you all think about that. And also, if you're interested, watch my videos from back then, and if you think I was correct what I said back then, or maybe I was wrong what I said, at the end of the day, let's just have fun with this. Again, I reply to all comments, even older videos. Hell, I'm still replying to comments to videos from back 7 years ago, just cause I give a damn. So let me know what you all think about this, and I gotta go. Peace out.